Hey, this is Ross Harrison from Precision Health and Fitness. And today I'm going to go over a very basic exercise. Again, it's another one that is often done wrong, and people always think it's really easy, and in a way it is, but a lot of times it can be much more challenging, and people can get a lot more out of it than they think they can. So this is a floor bridge. Basically, you're just laying on the floor, your knees bent, around 90 degrees, give or take, whatever feels comfortable. And essentially just lifting the hips up and down. So there's not a ton of range of motion, but there's some things to work with here. So the first thing to notice is how are you moving? What are you using to lift, to move? Whenever I see somebody like pop up or accelerate, I know they're not using the right muscles. So, and actually even when I did that, when I pushed up, my toes came off the ground. And that's a good sign to me that some of the wrong things are working. So when this is working well, it's like your feet are pushing flat into the floor. And weight should be going through your whole foot. It's a slow, controlled raise and lower. The purpose of this is mainly to work the glutes. So as your hips raise, you should be squeezing through the glutes. The range is also an issue. It's like having a straight line between the shoulders and the knees or somewhere around there is a good thing to try for. You can go higher, but really at that point it's just putting too much pressure on your lower back. So if anybody has back pain and they're pushing really hard and going too high, it can actually make their back worse. But just going to the point of straight, feeling the glutes, that's going to be the safest, healthiest way to go. Alright, so some of the many things, other things that can be done wrong. The knees. If the knees are going in or coming out, like your hips are going out when you're lifting up, that's not something we want to have happen. The legs should stay hip, knee, foot, pretty much all in a line, and both of them parallel or together. And being able to maintain that, and also have the hips be even. If one leg's pushing more, if the hips are twisting as you're going up, that's a sign of some definite imbalances. And the more you can keep everything lifting at the same time, the better it's going to be. Another thing is actually another way to push with the feet. So if you're going up and you're feeling like your toes are hitting the end of your shoes, or like you're pushing backwards, it's another sign that you're using the wrong muscles. A lot of times that means the quads are trying to do the work and you're trying to push almost like a squat, but it's not. It's for the muscles under your body, not on top. Beyond that, there's obviously many ways to progress this exercise. And once you've done it for a while and are using the right muscles or in decent shape, this might be too easy. For a person just starting out, this actually can be a fairly challenging exercise. Now, and another thing, if it's really hard, you can come down and stop at each one. Ideally, be lift and squeeze, come down, don't let your back hit the floor, and go back up. So it's almost keeping some constant tension in the glutes the whole time, and then each one makes them a little tighter as the set goes on. But, so say that's too easy, then there's so many things you could do. You can, put steps or something under your feet. You can use Bosu's balls and have your legs on top of them. Again, adding elements of instability, which makes it harder to keep your hips level and your knees in the right direction. Very simple change that makes it much harder is going from two legs to just lift one leg a little off the ground and do the same thing. A lot of times when you go to one leg, you start seeing a lot more of like one hip may go at a different rate. So there's many ways to use this exercise. It's a very basic sort of introductory thing that a lot of people do, but they often don't feel very much. And as with all of this stuff, it's make sure you're focused on the muscles that are supposed to be working and are aware that muscles that shouldn't be working aren't helping out. But that's a floor bridge. Hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.